Okay, so in their situation, an extremely biased summary. Let's start.
I wonder what's going on in the VTuber community
Oh boy, you don't even know. You aren't prepared.
today. I'm terminating my work with Sinder. Oh shoot, what happened? So Sinder has been manipulating
What happened? The person was like, okay, sit down, boy. You are here for 1 month of yapping.
me, dragging me into drama, and sabotaging who I thought were her closest friends. Oh, for
This video, I didn't find it by myself. It was someone from my comment section. For once, I was even surprised. I was like, holy shit, people are talking and not insulting me in the comments. That person told me that even the friends, even Shylily and the other VTubers that complain about Sinder aren't clean either. They also did some big fuckery time, and he advised me this video. But yes.
real? Huh. Based on what you provided, there's someone named Redacted, and they're saying bad things about Bao. Yeah, Redacted is Sinder's manager, and as you can see, he's slandering Bao and other creators. Huh, yeah, I can see that. He is saying really bad things about Bao. Right? And not only that, he tried to make an exclusivity deal with me, as well as blacklisting other creators. Based on what you provided in your doc,
That is insane to have this kind of ideas. Like going to a worker and be like, hey, don't work, okay? Don't get money unless you have money from me. That is like, you need to be insane.
I don't see Sinder or Redacted actively blacklisting creators, but I do see the exclusivity deal that they were trying to make with you. Yeah, and they even stated that the more clients I have, the less special my work is. Yeah, they got it wrong. It's actually reversed. The more clients you have, the more special your work is. Because here, the supply, which is you, one artist, is low. And the demand, which is everyone that wants your art, is high. Thank you. And they say it's simply business to justify sabotaging other VTubers. Well, based on what you provided, Nano, it doesn't look like Sinder and Redacted are actively trying to sabotage other VTubers. If anything, what I'm seeing here is Redacted venting to you, as well as Sinder and Redacted setting up the terms and conditions of the exclusivity deal that they want to make with you. Second of all, content creation is a business. Artists and VTubers are naturally underneath that umbrella. Oh yeah? What about when Red asked me to cancel Bao's model? Wait, what?
Did you cancel models? I did not.
Redacted just asked you if you canceled models, not asked you to cancel Bao's model. Oh yeah? What about when they manipulated me into canceling VTuber 1's model? They kept this hush-hush. Wait, what? Redacted just asked you if you told VTuber 1 you canceled because of Sinder, not cancel VTuber 1's model. Wait a minute. Are these private DMs?
Yes.
Yeah, these are private DMs with my client Sinder and Redacted. Nano, by publicly posting client
Misbehaving directed by Robert.
private info to the public without the sender's consent, this is a potential case of invasion of privacy. And not only that, this is a hit on your brand, because who would want to commission work with an artist that is willing to leak private client info to the public, as well as said termination of work with said client
Yeah, who leaked them? Is it Nanoless?
in public? Oh yeah? Sinder and Redacted still manipulated me. Okay, so the argument that they manipulated you is weakly supported at best, because in the Google Doc that you provided, you showed that you can stand up to Sinder and Redacted by stepping back on the exclusivity deal that they offered you. Not only that, Sinder and Redacted showed understanding when you backed away from the exclusivity deal. I was hurt personally and professionally by Sinder and her manager. Okay, I can see the personal part, which, by the way, sorry to see that, but why you say professionally? Because Redacted and Sinder have been actively sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers like myself from having access to Nanoless's art. Oh shoot, for real? Wait a minute. You're reusing Nanoless's screenshots. Well, yeah, I'm using Nanoless's screenshots to address all the things that Redacted said about me. Oh yeah. Redacted did say a lot of bad stuff about you. Yeah, for example, the whole thing with apparently me hijacking their YouTube editor. Huh. You do indeed provide evidence that you've been working with Kaiser since 2023. Not only that, you provide a screenshot with a call that you had on Discord with a group of people and Kaiser, encouraging Kaiser to take the exclusivity deal with Sinder and Redacted. Heck, even your channel manager, Jun Mitsui, and Sakamore can attest to the claims you made in the call. Yeah, and since I've worked with Sinder for years, I understand how Sinder and Redacted operate, and this experience leads me to believe that everything that Redacted said, Sinder knew and approved of those messages. Whoa.
Yeah, so every step of let's say redacted manipulation, the witch was actually behind that and accepted, and even probably said no, say that instead of this. And she still had the guts to say, oh no, my manager was working alone and stabbing everyone without me knowing for my own success. Yeah, of course.
Wow, that's a really big assumption. Managers don't typically tell their talents everything. So everything that Redacted said, Sinder may not have known about. And if Sinder didn't know about it, then how could she approve of those messages? However, in your defense, Redacted is still Sinder's manager and represents Sinder. So ultimately, the responsibility and blame fall on to Sinder, even if Sinder didn't approve of those messages. All right then, smarty pants. What about Red and Sinder sabotaging me? Well, first off, in your document, you rely heavily on Nanoless's screenshots without providing any evidence of your own regarding sabotage. Second of all, that exclusivity agreement that would have barred you from Nanoless, which you have every right to be mad about, didn't happen because Nanoless stepped back. Other than that, there is no proof in these screenshots that Nanoless was coerced or manipulated into canceling.
So wait, everything, imagine like the plot twist that everything that others said on the witch situation is just like they took advantage of it so they can paint her as the villain, while probably she was, but not as bad as everyone paint her. But she's still a witch.
Your VTuber model. Here's my experience working with Sinder and Redacted. Oh, is this in regards to what Redacted said about you going anonymously in-house? Yeah, I told Bao that I wanted to go anonymous and in-house because I really wanted to focus on my own projects in 2025. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, long story short, I worked on an MV project with Sinder and Redacted back in 2024. The working conditions weren't so great because it got to the point where I felt passive-aggressively public MV when I wasn't late on the MV, and I didn't receive the assets for the MV until closer to the deadline, and despite the tight deadline. Oh shoot, I'm sorry to see that, man. Yeah, the working conditions got so bad that I had to skip a Thanksgiving after having a family member pass just to have this MV out. So this ordeal made it feel like an attack on my work ethic, which I take a lot of pride in. But anyway, I digress. This is a poorly organized Google Doc, so feel free to DM me if you have any questions. Moving forward, Redacted is no longer my manager and no longer represents the Sinder brand. Okay, well that tracks, especially now that everyone knows what Redacted said to Nanoless regarding Bao and other content creators. Redacted is also Sinder's...
Okay, so Von Peaches have news for us.
...lover. Okay, I didn't know that Sinder and Redacted were dating as well. You know what? Screw it.
He is not her manager anymore, but still her boyfriend technically, and still will work like underground maybe.
Sinder cheated on Redacted with me.
Oh no.
Bro. What? Wait, who the freak is Tashi? Oh, Tashi is Sinder before she became Sinder.
So wait, Tashi is her name before becoming Sinder.
Tashi. Oh, Tashi is Sinder before she became Sinder.
Oh, so is it like she started from zero or rebranded?
Okay. Dude, this is like 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been keeping this to myself for years, so it's really nice to finally get some closure from this. By typing all of this up and posting it to the public in a Google Doc? Yeah.
Well, yeah, if she can have some fame for it, why not?
All I can hope for is that she takes all of this as an opportunity to change and grow as a person. Oh. Well,
oh,
I'm
nice.
Glad you got your personal revenge. But personally, I feel like you just should have kept that private. Sinder has been copying me.
Well, no, because it's like important that people know her real relation with Redacted.
But don't you have similar model themes? Yes, but I have 4 instances in where Sinder copied me. Okay, I'll bite. I don't know if this is considered copying per se. What do you mean? Our designs are oddly similar, right? Well, of course your themes are similar. You're a Cerberus VTuber and...
Anyway, even if it's true or not, when someone has some shit going on, a lot of people will talk and have allegations. Even the small stuff become big. Like even if someday, like let's say a VTuber say to a viewer, okay, and you know what, stop bullying me, I don't care about your life, leave this chat. If someday there is a drama, that viewer will come back and say, okay, once that VTuber told me this, and this become like a big news. While in other days, like something you can say to a viewer, please don't annoy me with this topic or something. But if there is a big drama on you, this will be pictured as, oh my god, he did this, he such don't deserve attention and blah blah blah.
Cinder's a hell.
And the VTubing community, even if I am a part of it, are really hypocrites, and really a lot of people are weird in kind of they love attention, and anything that can give them attention, they will do it, okay?
Hellhound VTuber. Plus the 4 instances of copying that you claim is copying. It's kind of hard to call it copying when the period between the alleged copying ranges from 2 weeks to 2 months to 8 months and then a year.
A year? Oh my god.
Okay, well there's an instance where
I was thinking it was always like a few weeks between the copying.
Sinder and others accused someone's OC of copying her design. Wait, what? Huh. Yeah, you're right. Sinder did bad there. I and VTuber
Silver Veil.
won. Oh shoot, your VTuber won? Yeah, and for the record, I barely interact with Sinder. There was one time where we interacted at my meet and greet, and the other time where she reached out to do collaborations with me, but I politely declined those collaborations. Oh, I see. You're also reusing Nanoless's screenshots here.
Nanoless screenshots were used by everyone.
Yeah, and she also posted a picture of me and her together at my meet and greet without my consent, and plus, it's really sad to know that she's the reason why my model got canceled. Okay, First of all, I'm really sorry to see that Sinder posted that picture without your consent, but second of all, you're really relying heavily on Nanoless's screenshots like Bao without providing...
I can't understand, because the only internal take about this situation is Nanoless screenshots. Like, no one said the truth about this besides Nanoless. That screenshots could be used as evidence, because it's like the only information we have internally about how things were made secretly behind the curtains.
Any evidence of your own regarding Sinder actively sabotaging you? Everyone, here is my apology.
Let me guess. It didn't went as expected.
Okay, let's see what you have to say. Guys, it doesn't matter what I say, the situation isn't going to get any better, so allow me to explain. First of all, Redacted is my lover. Nanoless canceled those models of her own volition. When I say it's just simply business, it's me accepting Nanoless's business decision. Now, in terms of the exclusivity deal, I had no direct part in the negotiation, so if I had known that my friends Bao and Cotton were on there, I would have done something about it.
No. Yes, but no. We have nothing that proves that, and there is nothing that can prove that you are not responsible for this.
Now, with Silver Veil, I was constantly compared to her, which led me to become bitter towards her, which then led me to become unapologetically evil towards her. And there's no excuse for this. She didn't do anything to me. With Spite, I didn't copy her, but she should not have received the hate that she received because of the comparisons between me and her. And in regards to me attacking an OC and saying that they copied my design, I'm assuming that OC's creator was Nyantails. I was very protective of my design back then, and I overreacted. So later on, I apologized to Nyantails, came to an agreement, and I thought the matter was settled. And I met Rain, and I messed around with Rain. I regret the things I did with Rain, and I was really lucky to mend my relationship after this. Now with Peaches, I'm really sorry that I made you feel
Peaches
forgotten, and I do cherish our friendship. Okay, well, thanks for explaining yourself. To Nano, Bao...
Oh, it's her answer to everyone. Like, she gave a kind of personalized message for everyone. Okay.
Sacramore, Cotton and Lily, Silverveil, Spite, Rain, Van Peaches, the Pyropups, and
Oh, that's a lot of people to ask forgiveness from.
everyone else that was affected. I'm sorry. And it shows that there's a lot of things that I need to address and improve on if I am to continue being a creator. Aww, I accept your apology, Sinder. Sinder, how could you not have known? Stop hiding
Wait, what is this? Oh, okay.
behind Red. Yeah, you should be ashamed of your actions. The Pyropups deserve better. Whoa, Shylily, where the freak did you come from? What do you mean? I've been here the entire time. In fact, I was the first person Nano leaked the DMs to. Wait.
Okay, so Nano have a favorite one. Okay, good to know, good to know.
What? Sinder, we thought you were better than this. Sinder, how dare you hurt our Oshis? We're gonna send hate your way and burn your merch.
I did read somewhere about the burning merch that people, like it created drama that people donate their merch.
I'm okay with you guys burning her merch. Shylily, what the heck? Hey, if that's how they cope with it, that's how they cope with it. You can also donate the merch. Whoa, 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 whoa. So you're telling me this all started because of you? Yeah.
Shylily isn't shy anymore.
After Nano showed me the DMs, I reached out to Bao after her surgery and we made a group chat together to expose Sinder. Yep. I was also told multiple times to include Sinder's personal relationship, as well as being told that if I didn't speak up, no one else would. And at the end of the day, I thought that a Google Doc would be the best way to expose Sinder. I also encouraged Nano to inform the people that were mentioned in the DMs. Whoa, guys, don't you guys think you're taking this a bit too far? How so? Well, based on the screenshots that Nanoless provides, the only bad things that Sinder and Redacted did was talk bad about creators behind their back and try to strike an exclusivity deal with Nano, which Nano stepped back from. So when you think about it, no one was actually harmed or sabotaged because the screenshots show no proof of that. So I fail to see how this justifies a public shaming campaign against Sinder. In fact, my next question is, why didn't you guys handle this in private? Well, for me personally, they didn't have the common courtesy to talk to me privately about these things over the years. Also, Sinder and Redacted did try to reach out to Nano privately, but like the Giga Chad she is, she blocked
Okay, so Nano is a girl. Oh, I didn't know before.
them. Nano, what the heck? So, you guys are all just telling me that instead of resolving this like mature adults privately, you thought it best to make it public and drag your fans and the public into this drama, making the VTuber space more toxic overall?
Imagine this, okay? Your best friend, you read some documents that your best friend tried to stab you. You get angry, so you have a reaction on it. And this is the reaction they had. They made video directly. Could they DM each other and fix the issue? Yes? Can we be mad they didn't do it? I don't know. Each person like solve issues in their way.
No, we're just saying that this was the best way to expose Sinder for who she really is. Guys, the messages between Redacted and Nanoless were meant to be private. They were not meant to be shown to the public. In fact, by doing this little stunt, you may have opened a potential case of defamation by implication. Defamation by implication? Defamation by implication is a form of defamation where true statements are used to create a false and defamatory impression of someone, even though the statements are true. It's a form of defamation where the implied harm is not stated directly, but rather arises from how statements are presented or left out.
In a legal court, this will not be used and taken in consideration. But we aren't in the legal court. This was brought to Twitter. So Twitter peeps don't care about if it's defamation or not.
Okay, well, all the screenshots that are in my doc are all true. That may be true, Nanoless, but based on the screenshots that you provided in your doc, it looks like there's some missing context. Not only that, you took a true statement and created a false and defamatory impression of someone. The example here is when you claimed that Redacted asked you to cancel Bao's model, but on closer inspection of the screenshot, Redacted just asked you if you canceled models. Okay, but isn't the way that Sinder used an exclusivity deal sabotage? Nope, not really. If you look at the screenshot Nanoless provides where Redacted is setting up the terms and conditions of the exclusivity deal, you can see that Redacted states, don't work with these people at all again. Now, it would have been considered sabotage if the terms and conditions actually stated, when you accept this deal, cancel the work you're doing for these people mid-progress. But wait, wouldn't this still be considered sabotage? Because it's stifling competition. That would be the case if there was only one artist making VTuber models and VTuber art. However, there are many artists out there that are willing to make VTuber models and VTuber art.
Yeah, but if everyone is comfortable or prefer a certain artist style, you can't have this take. Like, yeah, you can sabotage me, but don't worry, there is other artists. No, I don't accept this argument.
So if you think about it, if the deal had gone through, then it would have encouraged the VTubers affected to look at other artists and support them.
Yeah, can they do that? Yes. Do they want to? No. End of the issue. You somehow know that your friends like Nanoless and try to make Nanoless not work with them? Asshole move.
Okay, it still doesn't change the fact that Sinder did bad. Okay, but you guys did bad as well. How so? Well, because of you guys' little stunt, Sinder was punished far more than she deserved. The punishment doesn't match the crime of talking bad behind other creators' backs or making an exclusivity deal.
Not really. It did go out of proportions, yes. But if it was my friend, I would react the same.
With an artist. In fact, Sinder may have received major damages from this, such as loss of brand deals and sponsorships, which means less income for her to use, reduced social media engagement and follower count, and possible negative public sentiment and targeted harassment, which, let's be real guys, it's very possible. Ugh, that does sound pretty bad. And the worst part about all of this is the fact that smaller indie VTubers might start doing the same things that Shylily and Bao and
Oh, I understand that if you are a public figure, you need to give a good example. But in the same time, if you see that Shylily had a beef with another one and your first idea was, I need to do the same because she did it, you are stupid. You need to like rethink your life because this is not how content creation works.
Analysts are doing to Sinder right now, making the VTuber space more toxic overall. Wait, what do you mean? I'm saying that Shylily and Bao are leading examples of the indie VTuber scene, so it makes sense that smaller VTubers that look up to these bigger VTubers will think, if they did that, maybe I'll follow suit.
Well, if small VTubers do that, they are stupid.
I have created a Google Doc against someone I don't like and I have posted it on the internet. See what I mean? Oh, that guy may be onto something. Guys, despite everything I've said thus far, it doesn't change the fact that Sinder and Redacted hurt others with their actions. Redacted saying bad things about Bao and other creators behind their back. Sinder and Redacted trying to make an exclusivity deal with Nano, which I guess is bad. Cinder being unapologetically evil to Silvervale for no reason other than herself. Cinder being messy with Rain 4 to 5 years ago when she was still Tashi. Cinder making Van Peaches feel forgotten.
Yes.
But despite all the bad she's done, she has done a lot of good. She has made a lot of content that has made many people happy.
No, sorry, this take is stupid. No. If she betrayed her friends and was a bitch and she made people happy, that don't count in the balance. Oh my god, no. Not because you are funny. You being funny don't excuse your bad behavior. What the fuck, bro? No.
In fact, her content may have helped people get out of a rough patch in their
We don't care. She's an asshole. Even if you're, I don't know, Diddy. Diddy is a good singer or actor or whatever he is. It doesn't excuse his bad behavior.
life. And in her apology, she took some accountability for the allegations placed against her.
No, she just tried to control the damage while saying sorry in the worst way possible.
As well as apologizing to everyone involved and the Pyropups. So,
apologizing don't fix things. You need to admit you did it for what reason. She just threw the blame on her boyfriend. That is her manager. Don't excuse her bad behavior or bad intentions.
with that in mind, don't you guys think we should give Sinder a second?
No, go fuck herself. She can go fuck herself. This is no, bro. If you love Sinder, just say it. Don't try to no. You don't excuse someone because he made people happy. Once you fuck up, you should say I did this for that, and that's it. You can leave your comment down if you are against me or for what I said. I'm not okay. This first time I'm not okay with the video. This is a really bad take and not professional at all.